Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to start doing something slightly different than what we've usually been doing. Before each one of my videos of my full flight lesson, I'm going to go over and just briefly talk about what I did to prepare myself for the lesson and what exactly we will be doing during the lesson. I figured this would give you a little bit more context and help you absorb some of the information a little easier. So the lesson that you're about to watch is lesson number 12, and this is my final flight lesson before I take my stage 1 check ride. Basically, for most private pilot curriculums, when you're pursuing your private pilot's license, it's divided into 3 stages. The first stage is the pre-solo stage. The second stage is the dual cross-country stage, and the third stage is the solo cross-country stage. And in the third one, you'll also be doing a lot of preparation for the actual PPL check ride. So the lesson that you're about to watch is me and my instructor Kevin basically going over everything that I need to go over in order for me to succeed in my check ride. And once that check ride is complete for stage 1, I can go ahead and do my solo. So me and my instructor Kevin will go up to the practice area. We're going to do a couple of our maneuvers: para off stall, para on stall, slow flight, and steep turns. And then we're going to come back to Gillespie Field and do a couple of touch and goes. Basically what I did to prepare myself for this lesson was I sit in my chair and I go over all the maneuvers. I go on my flight simulator and I practice some of the maneuvers. And then I'm pretty much constantly reviewing all the material that I've learned so far in preparation for my stage 1 check ride, which is going to include a lot of aerodynamics, left turning tendencies, aircraft performance, airport operations, weight and balance, and everything in between. So I've been reading up a lot on that, and it's also helping me prepare for my written exam, my knowledge exam, which I'll be taking in a week from today. So that's really it. That's what I have planned. We had planned for the lesson. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And there we go. Enjoy.
There we go. Okay.
And just have your airport diagram ready to brief the taxi.
Yeah.
For every taxi.
Okay.
Gillespie ground, Cherokee 7903 at Charlie at Golden State, ready to taxi with information whiskey.
Cherokee 793 Charlie, Gillespie ground, on my 27 right taxi, Bravo Delta.
27 right, Bravo Delta, 3 at Charlie.
Okay.
And just a quick brief on that taxi.
Sure. So we are going to go down Bravo, all the way down here. We're going to make a right on Delta all the way down, and we'll do our run up at Delta.
All you got to say is Bravo, Delta. That's all you got to do.
Sweet.
But you're going to have to do that for every check ride that you ever take.
Okay. All right. Good to go.
Jag är där och kommer då 3 personer som tar över. Jag är med checkar man gick på rum. Men jag kan inte vara det då blir det 5 4. Den är tid. Jag kan hålla själv kontroll. Helvete. Nej, gick de över. Ja.
Okay. Set the brakes. For takeoffs, brakes is set, fuel selector is still on left, flight controls are free and set. Instruments 0, it's good. Altimeter 3014.
Gillespie ground, circle fuel, request clearance to cross 17 at Bravo 4.
It's about there.
Circle span, cross 17 Bravo 4. Cross 17 at Bravo 4, circle fuel.
It shows a little low here, am I wrong? 3014? And is that right?
As far as what the altimeter is reading?
Yeah.
Well, our elevation here is 388.
388, all right, so it's pretty accurate.
As long as it's within 75 feet, it's acceptable.
75 feet,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so let me double check. Is it better to set the heading for the runway or now?
Right now.
Right
yeah,
now.
you don't want to. When you get on the runway, all you're doing is
Focusing
outside.
on the runway.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen some people kind of do that too, but so that looks about right.
I mean, it's good to verify that the heading matches the runway that you're on.
Right.
So if like you're on runway 17 and this is saying like
Something way up.
36, then you know something's weird.
Okay.
Clear 27 left, Delta
Well, this is set. The heading is set. Showing 0. We are good. Trim. Set. Radio set. We're going to switch to tower to 120.7. 20.7. And we'll switch that over. Good. We're just going to be, we're not going to any airfield, so we don't need anything else. Okay. Seatbelts good. Belts and harnesses fastened. Mixture is full rich. Primer is locked. Throttle to 2,000. Feet on the brakes. Alright, 2,000 engine instruments. All within the green. Gonna check magnetos, left first. There is the drop. Back to both. And the right one. And there is the drop. Carburetor heat, so I want to make sure. Is that enough of a drop?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Carb heat is good. Vacuum.
And then carb heat back off for the rest of the check.
Okay. Oil temperature, good. Pressure is good.
I believe that was 866
good.
Bravo calling
Throttle
inbound.
1,000.
Report a 3 mile final runway 27 right.
Ident at about 3 miles final for 27 right, 8
Okay. Carburetor is off. Annunciator panel, good. Flaps down. Doors, we'll get
Can't
that.
get that right now.
341 Papa Gillespie Tower.
Electric fuel pump is on. Check for fuel pressure, good. Engine gauges verify, looks all good. Pre-pilot takeoff, okay. We
uniform runway 27 right, clear touch and go, traffic departing.
we're going to take off 27 right. If any issues if we have any issues with the engine during takeoff, we'll use any available runway if we have it. If we're already in the air and we still have available runway, we'll come back down and still use it. If we're off the runway and we don't have available runway, we can come back around and hopefully use runway 17. We can also use the 125 or the 55 just in case. And we can also, if possible, we can just come back around and land on 27 right. Any issues in Alpine, we can come back here or we'll figure it out there.
We'll just figure that out.
Okay. So lights as required. Landing lights.
Yep.
Yeah. Landing lights on. Fuel pump is on. It's all good. And that's just kept on the whole time.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Checklist is complete. I will get a hold of tower, and we're doing a downwind departure.
Yep.
Let's 07 Echo cross right 27 left at Alpha, then contact ground.
And release the parking brake.
27 left, contact ground, 07 Echo. Match 37 Papa number 2, follow the Cherokee turning base, right 27 right, clear touch and go.
Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 7903 Charlie, ready for downwind departure.
You stepped on someone, so
Match 37 Papa, follow the Cherokee turning
Don't
base,
say
right
anything.
27 right, clear touch and go.
Follow Cherokee, turn to base, clear 27 right, 8637 Papa.
Cherokee 38 Charlie, Cherokee in the upwinds also right down, right 27 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 38 Charlie.
27 right.
27 right.
Always runway number.
33
Always.
Bravo, you can turn back inbound, report a 3 mile final runway 27 right.
3 mile final for 27 right, 33 Bravo.
Check and make sure no one's
Yeah.
coming.
Looks clear. All right, feet off the brakes, full power slowly. A little bit of right rudder. Airspeed is alive.
So that's the 8
Gauges
Tango
are in
Bravo,
the green.
contact Tower 123.8, expect
We're looking for
127 left.
60.
123.8, 8 Tango Bravo.
There's 60. That's a rotate. A little bit of right rudder. And we're looking for 79. All right, looking good. And when I get to 800, I'll turn crosswind. Okay.
Attention all aircraft, this information X-rays, current wind calm altimeter 3012.
West Tower, Cessna 65290 is inbound to the localizer Delta.
Cessna 65290, Gillespie Tower, contact Tower 123.8.
123.8, 290.
That's just 33 Bravo, traffic on a 3 mile final for the parallel.
And we'll turn
2900
downwind.
Cessna, runway 27 right, cleared to land, number 2 following a Comanche turning a 1.5 mile final.
Okay, clear to land 27 right for 33 Bravo, understand number 2.
And 37 Papa, this will be a touch and go. Comanche 37 Papa, affirmative, cleared to touch and go.
Clear to touch and go, 8637 Papa.
Look parallel. Just gonna climb a little more and then we'll do the after takeoff checklist.
Yep. Turkey 8 to uniform, as soon as able, turn crosswind.
We'll do it now, 8 to uniform.
Okay. Skip the checklist. Actually, it's just fuel pumps, landing lights. That's it, right?
Yep.
Double check with the checklist. Not this one. My God, let's go. Sorry. All right, take off. Climb and electric fuel pump. Landing light is off. We are good. Checklist complete. Okay.
Now let's fly towards Lake Jennings. Once we get a beam the numbers at 27 right, then just point towards Lake Jennings for our departure.
Are we a beam? Yep. Yeah. Okay. What altitude are we climbing up to?
Let's go up to 5,000.
5,000. Right about there.
341 Sierra Papa is over something.
This is 341 Sierra Papa, break off the approach, make right traffic, runway 27 right, you're following a Cherokee, beam the numbers on downwind.
Right traffic for 27 right.
Should I slow down a little bit just because of that aircraft?
37 Papa, extend your upwind to the 125 freeway for spacing.
If you get close, then alter your course either left or right.
Okay.
It looks like he's kind of turning towards.
Cherokee 8 to
Maybe I'll turn a
uniform,
little
number
left.
2 follow a
Yeah.
Duchess on a 1.5 mile final, runway 27 right, clear touch and go.
Number 2, 27 right, clear for touch and go, 8 to uniform. Cherokee 56 Charlie would like a frequency change.
Cherokee 56 Charlie, frequency change route.
56 Charlie, good day, sir.
Two-way comm is 122.8?
12275.
12275.
Yep.
Get that ready. 12275.
Is that the 1 Sierra Papa turn downwind?
Downwind, 341 Sierra Papa.
8 to uniform, our traffic short final.
Affirmative.
All right, we're
Cherokee
almost at
uniform,
Lake
there's additional
Jennings and I'll
traffic
switch
over
over.
the
What was that?
3 mile final.
Almost at Lake Jennings and I'll switch over.
Localizer, 2,400 descending, they'll be over midfield.
Got two planes over there now. One guy heading northbound, one guy still keeping an eye out on that guy.
Okay.
All
right,
341 Sierra
everything looks
Papa,
good.
number 2 follow the Cherokee on base, runway 27 right, clear to land.
27 right, clear to land number 2, 341 Sierra Papa.
Comanche 37 Papa, number 3, follow the Cessna downwind to beam the numbers, runway 27 right, clear touch and go.
Following the Cessna on the downwind, clear 27 right, touch and go, 37 Papa.
Should I maybe turn a little bit towards...
yeah, it looks like they're heading northbound.
Turn this way.
Yeah, they are right next to each other.
Yeah.
That's good. When you're heading the same direction, basically on a collision course, really hard to see traffic.
Yeah.
Mr. Bravo, cross route 27 left at Alpha and then
Looks like he's turning though.
Okay, cross 27 left and contact ground at Alpha. 233 Bravo, thanks for the right runway.
No problem.
All right, I could lean this a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit, should be good.
Yeah, there's really no exacto way of leaning in these airplanes.
Well, that should be fine, right?
Yeah. You can switch to the practice area.
Right. 122.75. Keep that ball centered.
Standard Northeast Blue and White Archer 3,400 feet, descending over Palma Valley Airport, simulated engine failure, Standard Northeast.
Where's that airport?
Palma Valley, that's, see, off our left wingtip, there's a little white bubble on top of those mountains over there.
Yeah.
It's right below that on the left.
Okay.
Sending you east, Blue and White Archer, beam Black Mountain, 3,500 northbound, sending you east.
Whoa.
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know, that was really weird.
Yeah.
San Diego East, Raymond White, 9151 Hotel, over Verona Casino.
That was a
northbound
big
Verona, San Diego East.
Not from the mixture. That dropped about 200 RPM.
East, White Cessna 2,800 approaching Verona Casino, then going north and then going to turn around and go south back to Gillespie at 2,800, San Diego East.
And it all looks good.
That wouldn't be carb ice. Carb ice is a lot more gradual than that. That was just like a
little hiccup.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it.
Yep.
We are almost at 5,000.
Arrow above, 3 miles north of Capitan Reservoir, 4,500 heading southbound, San Diego East.
San Diego Coastal. Blue White Cessna 4,500 northbound Torrance Pines Golf Course, San Diego Coastal.
There's 5,000. .23 is usually pretty good. Okay.
All right, let's start with the steep turn.
Steep turn. Okay. We'll do some. Do we need to do clearing turns?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do clearing turns. So I'm gonna turn 90 and then 90 to the left. So first left, clearing turn.
And can you move the chart from the window? It's kind of giving me a glare, so it's hard to see traffic.
Sure. I'm gonna put this here.
Kind of looks like there's a fire up there.
Yeah. All right. So that is clearing turn number 1, and I'm going to turn back to the right.
Coastal Blue Line Cessna northbound, Delmar Racetrack, 4,500, San Diego Coastal. San Diego is blue and white arrow above Air Captain Reservoir, 4,200, descending down to 3,500.
Should I turn a little bit more towards the south?
Just whatever reference you want to use to point towards.
Yeah. I'm just worried. I don't know if I'm going to drop a little altitude, this little mountain here.
Yeah, you also don't want to hit the mountains.
White 172, I'm just leaving Alpine crossing the
So I'll just turn
northbound.
See, 1, 2, maybe towards that mountain right there.
Okay.
3,500.
I want to check the magnetos real quick.
Magnetos, sure, go ahead.
Just to see. Alright, that's normal.
San Diego Northeast, blue and white Archer,
Also normal.
2,700 feet.
Okay.
Good.
Really have no idea what that was. Just a misfire or something.
Is that something you have to squawk? No, right?
I'll just tell Mark about it and he'll do his engine run up, but it's probably something that they can't replicate.
Okay.
I've had that happen before in airplanes. I mean, all it is like you said, is a hiccup.
Okay.
It's a cough. If it happens again, then we'll go back.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm going to do a turn to the right first.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So let me see, I'm just going to turn face that mountain right there, actually.
Okay.
It's a little bit more clear than that. So right there, and that's really heading 1-4, but I'll look for that mountain. All right, so we're about 90, which is good. Should be fine for the turn.
Yeah.
Now, you said turn and then 2 degrees, 2 wheel spins, and then add 100 RPM?
Yeah, as you're turning, you're going to add 100 RPM and then 1, 2 trims up.
Okay, I'm going to try that. So it's only my second time trying that method, but we'll try it. Let me just climb back up to 5,000.
Okay.
All right, that should be good. Okay, so I'm going to turn. 45, I'm going to add 100 RPM. And 1,
San Diego East,
2.
3,500, Rancho Santa Fe, eastbound, San Diego East.
Then just using the outside reference to tell us if we're climbing or descending.
Yeah, watching the cowling.
Yep.
San Diego East, white.
Am I at 45?
It's in between 30 and 60 on the attitude indicator. So yeah, it's looking pretty good.
800 San Diego East.
I lost my reference a little bit.
A little more bank.
2005.
That's looking good right there.
S turns across the road. We're going to be using Cold Grade Road for San Diego Northeast.
And we're almost coming back around.
White Cherokee coming up on the flying.
About 10 degrees, right around there.
4,500, please steep turn.
And then 1, 2.
Then bring that RPM back to your setting that you started with. Good. Very good.
Okay, not too bad.
Let's do, let's head over towards the valley behind us to the left.
Right there?
Yeah, behind us to the left.
Okay.
Where that casino is. Viejas Casino.
Okay. And this is Alpine Power Plant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's do a power off stall.
Power off. Okay. All right, so I'm going to slow down. 1,700 RPMs, and I'll put the flaps on. 1 second. It's good right there. So let's get the flaps. It's 1, 2, and 3. Full
San Diego
flaps.
Northeast, blue and white Archer, 2,600 feet over Cold Grade Road.
Down.
Going to do S turns across
1,
Cold Grade Road. We're trying
2,
to find the traffic that's
3,
behind us at also
4,
2,600 feet.
5. Power to idle.
That's us. Got you inside retro
And I'm
6
gonna
o'clock.
pitch up.
We'll be out of here here in a second. We're doing some aerial mapping, and we'll be at 2,500 heading northbound right now.
Keep adding that back
There's
pressure.
a
Keep
stall.
adding that back pressure all the way. There you go.
There's a
S
stall.
turns across the road at the high school, so we'll be tight and across Cold Grade Road
Airspeed's good.
for the next like
Flaps.
0-3 minutes, and then we're heading back westbound.
Get that nose back to the horizon to stop the descent.
Roger that. I'm off your left wing right now, and I'm going to turn northbound.
A little more-
I'll probably be inside of you.
A little more gradual on the release of the flaps and a little quicker to get that nose back to the horizon to stop the descent.
Okay.
But that was good.
Okay.
To the west of, or east of high school.
So let me climb back up to 5,000,
Turn north of the high
and
school
then
right
I'll
now.
bring it back down.
East traffic, White Cherokee 5000 flying.
So a little smoother, not smoother.
Well, I mean, you can release the flaps that quickly, that's fine, but we were descending as you were releasing the flaps. You want to, the whole purpose of this is to stop your descent, like the simulation is that we're close to the ground.
Right.
So we want to avoid obstacles. So we want to stop the descent, get the nose of the horizon, and then start a climb, get the nose slightly above the horizon.
Okay.
All right, we are east of the high school now, and then now we're turning north.
I got you guys in sight. We're kind of
just go back to
right now,
2300 RPM.
We should catch each other for standing northeast.
Cool, thanks.
And we are good.
You too, absolutely.
Not too fast. Or that's all right, actually. Okay.
All right, want to try power on stall?
Power on?
Yep.
Sure. Don't need to do clearing turns, should I?
Yeah, it's always good to do a clearing turn.
Okay. I'll
between maneuvers.
Sure.
East traffic, White Cherokee over V House Casino, 5000 maneuver.
I think this should be good. Stay away from this mountain. I'll just turn a little bit more back this way. Stay away from that fire?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll turn this way so we stay away from that and we're clear of the mountains here.
Okay.
Down the valley. So I'll head 3-4. Okay, so power on, we're simulating during takeoff, right?
Yep.
So I'm just gonna put, should I put full mixture?
Nah, you can leave it how it is.
Okay, so just full power, pitch up all the way until the stall, and then that's it, right?
You want to slow to rotation speed first, so slow down to 55, 60 knots.
Right.
And then add full power, and while you're adding that full power, you're adding back pressure.
Okay. That's what I was missing. I'm gonna keep the nose up so I can slow down a little faster. Almost at 65.
Standing northeast, blue and white archer, motor trip 3000.
There it is, so
ground reference maneuver.
full power. We're gonna need right rudder. And I'm gonna pitch up, keep pitching up. Keep pitching up. There's a stall
hold
horn.
the back pressure, keep on adding it.
And there's a stall.
Right rudder.
Right rudder.
Nose back to the horizon, stop the descent.
And
then climb it away. Nose above the horizon.
Right about there.
Yep, that's the recovery.
Cool.
All right, good.
Okay.
Those were good today.
Awesome.
So no rust.
No rust, yeah. I'm glad.
Let's pick up the ATIS and then do a couple touch and goes.
Sure, sounds good. ATIS 12545. It's already on here. 12545. Let's just switch over the comms.
Left and runway 27 right. Velocity tower split frequencies. All aircraft runway 27 right and from the north. Tower frequency 120.7. All aircraft runway 27 left and from the south. Tower frequency 123.8. Notice to airmen, runway 27 right Pappy out of service. Runway 17 Bassi out of service. No jets on taxiway Delta east of taxiway Bravo. Hazardous weather information for Southern California on Hawass and flight service frequencies. Device to contact, do you have X-ray?
Just gonna turn back around for now.
Okay. First speed tower information, X-ray 1847 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 13, dew point -2, altimeter 3012. Localizer Delta and visual approaches in use, landing and departing runway 27 left and runway 27 right. Velocity tower split frequencies, all aircraft runway 27 right and from the north. Tower frequency 120.7. All aircraft runway 27 left and from the south. Tower frequency 123.8. Notice to airmen, runway 27 right Pappy out of service. Runway 17 Bassi out of service. No jets on taxiway Delta east of taxiway Bravo. Hazardous weather information for Southern California on Hawass and flight service frequencies.
Yeah.
Device to contact, do you have X-ray?
Yeah, you see that mountain right there with the towers on it?
Yeah, that gives us the base, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But we do have traffic 12 o'clock, so keep an eye on that guy.
1847 Zulu.
Okay.
Wind calm, visibility 10. Sky clear below 1.
Back to comms. So we're good. Winds calm 3012. And we have 123.8. I'm just going to climb down to 5,000 again.
Cessna 602 Tango Lima is coming up.
And let's descend or something. I can't tell if we're going the same direction as that guy or if he's coming our direction.
Sure. Descend a little bit.
Like he's heading the same way. So this would maybe not directly towards the mountain, but just a little left of that guy.
Blue Skyhawk 2,500, climbing 3,500, departed Palomar Airport, headed east towards Ramona, ascending northeast.
Good time to do the checklist.
3,500, 4,500, eastbound or entering.
Well, checklist is just fuel pumps, landing lights. That's it, right?
Mixture?
And mixture, full rich. Should I do that now?
San Diego Southeast, White Cessna 3000 over Humboldt, northbound, San Diego Southeast.
We'll confirm.
San Diego East West Cessna over Alpine.
Approach and landing, seatbelts,
Descending, simulating
good,
San
belts,
Diego
harnesses, good. Mixture is set full, electric fuel pumps are on, and we're still on the left tank checklist. Oh wait, never mind. Landing lights on. Flaps are good, trim 70.
Yeah, the rest of that stuff is just kind of information.
Okay.
Rather than an actual checklist item.
Okay, so okay. Never mind. Checklist complete.
Okay. Let's do touch and goes on 27 left.
27 left, okay. So we have that channels on open already.
Yep.
Gillespie is right down there, right?
Correct, yeah.
That's Jennings, okay. Just getting my bearings.
And right on the other side of those hills is the 8 freeway. Crossing the 8 freeway, we want to be at 2,000 feet. So you can kind of manage your descent to see, that's probably 7 miles away from here. So 7 miles, we're going to drop 2,000 feet.
Okay. It should be a pretty good descent, right?
Yeah, this is not looking too bad.
Okay.
I could probably switch to tower.
Tower
and landing instructions.
3014. Still there. No, that's 3012 this time, so a little bit less. That should be good.
All right, you could let them know that we want touch and goes. How are you going to say that?
So Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 7903 at Charlie over Alpine. Inbound for touch and goes?
With
X-ray?
Yep.
Okay.
Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 7903 at Charlie over Alpine. Inbound for touch and goes with information X-ray.
Cherokee 793 at Charlie, Gillespie Tower, ident, straight in, runway 27 left, report, 3 mile final.
Report 3 miles final, 27 left, ident, 3 at Charlie.
Ident right there.
Tower 96 Romeo, can we get a southbound departure, please?
Departure 96 Romeo, runway 35, clear for takeoff, southbound, wind calm.
And southbound approved for 96 Romeo, thank you.
So I'm going to just cut through this little valley here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe reduce the descent rate a little, so you can add a little power.
That looks good. So 3 mile finals, we can call, unless they call us right above the 8, right, the freeway?
Yep.
Okay.
Crossing the 8 is 3 miles.
Okay. Just gonna descend a little quicker now.
Falcon 96 Romeo, free change approved.
Entire 96 Romeo, can I get a 180 and go back into high performance with X-ray, please?
Falcon 96 Romeo, affirmative, landing high performance via Cheer on risk, one call.
96 Romeo.
All right, I'll start turning a little bit to make sure I'm out of the way of 27 right.
Okay.
Should be good. A little off center, but I'll fix that.
You can correct it.
Yeah. If they don't call me here in a second, I'll let them know. 3 mile final.
Yep.
Cherokee 3, Charlie, runway 27 left, clear, touch and go. Left goes traffic after.
27 left, clear, touch and go, 3 Charlie.
Cool. So we are good. There's 2,000. It's a pretty good descent, right?
Yeah, looking good.
Yeah.
Right on glide path.
I'm going to put first set of flaps in.
Well, yeah, we got 2,000 RPM, so that'd be kind of
Too much?
counterintuitive to be adding a bunch of drag when the RPM's that high. So if you want to add some flaps or slow down, then just bring the power back first.
Okay.
Bring it down to 1,500. And you can start adding flaps as necessary whenever you need.
Yeah. Add 1 set of flap right now.
There's really no, like, if you're on like a 5 mile final like we just were, there's really no place where, okay, you first flap here, second flap here, third flap here.
Okay.
It's just all kind of your technique.
I see.
As long as you get them in, you know.
But when the pattern, I should kind of stick to, you know.
It's the same in the pattern, every pattern, yep.
Okay. This looks pretty good. Set of flaps in. A little high. The nose down. We're aiming for about 75 right now.
Yeah, this is close enough to where we want normal approach, final approach speed. So full flaps to 65 to 75 knots, or 65 to 70 knots.
Okay. And I'm going to aim for the numbers. A little bit before, actually. Feel like I'm losing a little bit of speed. The nose straight.
That's the only instrument that we care about is airspeed indicator.
Yeah. Add a little bit. Power. Feel like I'm low.
Looking good to me.
Yeah? Always cautious. Keep the nose straight. Power down. Ooh. Straight. Power to idle. Yeah, that was a little too early.
Keep adding back pressure. Good, just like that.
Flaps down. Full power. A little bit of right rudder, and there's 60, and we're climbing out. Ooh.
Very nice.
It always feels like I'm coming in so slow that I'm like ready to like add more power. but right at the end, it kind of looks okay.
Yeah, I mean, we were like 63 crossing the runway threshold, and that's about what you want, you know, 65. But the airspeed indicator is really the instrument that's going to tell us basically how much back pressure you're going to need to add. If we're coming in at 60, you know, the stabilator is not going to be very effective. All of our flight controls lose effectiveness at the slower airspeed like that. So then you're going to need to, you know, really add a bunch of back pressure in order to flare.
Yeah.
If you're coming in slightly fast, maybe 70 crossing the runway, then you're going to float a lot. So if you add a bunch of back pressure at that speed, plane's going to balloon up and start flying again.
Okay.
So those are the kind of the clues that the airspeed indicator tells us. Go and turn your crosswind?
Yeah, I'm going to turn crosswind. Keep climbing. Oh, okay. Alright, we are 1400 RPM. Altitude, excuse me. It's 1400.
Pitch power trim. Power is going to be a lot easier to reduce first than
Cherokee 3 Charlie, runway 27 left, clear, touch and go.
Clear, touch and go, 27 left for your Charlie.
Power 2300 RPM. Going to give us 90 knots. If you lower the nose and then keep the RPM in, and then as you're trimming, airspeed's going to be, you know, going up to about 110.
Okay.
So you're going to constantly be trimming and adding a bunch of down or nose down trim. It's kind of a little bit easier in order to bring that power back first and then trim.
Okay.
2300 RPM in the traffic pattern should be about 90 knots.
All right, we are being the numbers, so I'm going to bring down the RPM, keep the nose up just to slow down a little bit. And we're going to put our first
1700 RPM.
1700.
Now flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Then lower the nose.
Yep. And we are almost at 45 degrees from the numbers. A little bit more. Keep the nose down. And we can go ahead and turn base. Keep the nose down. Looking good. Watching the airspeed. And we can put a second set of flaps in.
We want about 75 knots for this base.
Okay. Right on 75. Slow, actually. All right. Turn. Final. Not aligned, but I'll fix that in a second. Little too high. Bring down the power. Alright, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, power idle with full flaps in this plane will get you down, no problem.
Okay.
Thing will drop like a rock. Just keep this ascent going, keep it right about 65 knots.
Okay. Power to idle. Hold the nose up. I'm not on
just keep
center.
adding back pressure, keep adding back pressure. Good.
Wasn't on center, but not too bad. Power. All right, rudder, there is 60. Oh. plane's loud.
I know.
Oh my god. Man.
And a little to the right. If you don't want to be too close to this higher elevation here with the houses on them.
Okay.
Those are the people that complain.
Got it. All right, I'm going to turn here in a second. And I'm going to turn crosswind. All right, turn downwind. Almost at 1400.
Let's make this a no flap landing.
No flap landing. Okay.
So the flap handle broke.
Okay. So I'm gonna come in a little faster.
Yeah, I mean, we're still gonna aim for 80 knots for our descent, 75 for base, 70 for final.
Okay.
But without...
3-3 at Charlie, runway 27 left, clear touch and go.
27 left, clear touch and go, 3 at Charlie.
But without that extra drag, you're gonna wanna bring the power back up a little bit more. So maybe power down to like 1400 in order to descend at 80 knots.
Okay. I'm gonna turn a little bit here, so I'm a little further away. Okay. Feel like I'm a little close. That should be good. All right, so we're beaming numbers. I'll bring this down. Is it 1400?
Yeah, 1400 RPM should be about good to get us
Okay.
at a normal descent rate at 80 knots without flaps.
Okay. So almost 45 degrees. A little bit more. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn base. Keep the nose down. I feel like I'm sinking.
Wind calm.
A little too low, no?
It's looking all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, looking pretty good.
I always feel like I'm low. All right, airspeed, we're about 75. And I'm gonna turn final.
You want 70 for final, and with no flaps, a little bit of power goes a long way. So don't add too much power because this plane will start climbing and the airspeed will go up really quick.
Okay.
Now we want 70 knots for final. So bring that power back. We're gonna have a much higher nose pitch attitude with a no flap landing.
Definitely feels that. That's why I feel like I'm gonna sink. But
power idle.
Yeah, power idle.
Yeah, we're 75. We want it 70. We're just gonna float this thing in there.
Okay. Keep that nose straight.
And we're gonna float down the runway a little bit more with no flaps.
Okay.
But we always want to land in the same nose high pitch attitude.
Back pressure a little bit to the right. A bit more.
Right rudder.
A little rough.
Full power.
And 60.
Don't forget to stay on that rudder to keep that nose pointing down the center line.
Okay.
When we go to a nose high pitch attitude, we got P factor as a left turning tendency.
That's right. Okay.
I think that's what happened there on that one.
Yeah. I'll stay away for those guys. Whoa. Alright, I'm going to turn crosswind.
Don't let that nose drop on that crosswind. Airspeed got up a little high, nose came down a little.
Okay. And let's turn. Downwind. There's 14.
Gillespie Tower, Archer 282 Hotel Papa is inbound on the localizer Delta.
Archer 282 Hotel Papa, Gillespie Tower, report midfield at or above 1,900.
Report midfield at or above 1,900 to Hotel Papa.
Cherokee 38 Charlie, continue down when you're following a Cessna, approximately a mile and a half, final number 2, runway 27 left, clear touch and go.
Continue downwind, following the Cessna, clear touch and go, 27 left, 3 Charlie.
So now we can be looking for that Cessna.
Yeah.
Let me know when you see him.
Still don't see him. Oh, there he is.
Yep.
Right there, okay.
Oh, he's going to be no problem.
Yeah. So almost will be in the numbers. I'll bring it down to 1,700. Right about now. Keep the nose up. Right about there. First set of flaps. And we can start pointing the nose down. Now we're almost at 45. I'll turn here in a second. That should be good. Cessna is touching down right now. Getting the nose down, we're aiming for 75. Okay. Second set of flaps.
Very good square base. Good traffic patterns.
All right, and turning to final. 75. Airspeed's good. Tiny bit too high, but we'll get down there. Turn them full flaps. A little too fast. A little too high. The nose down. Power to idle.
Keeping on that center line.
Yep, keeping the center
There's
line.
that left turning tendency.
Ooh.
Very good.
Flaps down. Full power. We're looking for 60, and there it is. A little bit of right rudder. All right. Looks good.
All right, we'll make this one a full stop.
Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 404 Charlie Alpha with X-ray. We're 2 miles south of Zulu heading eastbound. Requesting a practice approach BFR to Debbie, and we're going to break it off to the south at that point.
Cherokee 40 Charlie Alpha, Gillespie Tower, squawk 4227, report to intercepting the localizer.
Roger, 4227, report step us inbound 4 Charlie Alpha.
Gillespie Tower, Cherokee 7903 at Charlie. We're going to make this a full stop.
Cherokee 38 Charlie, runway 27 left, clear line.
27 left, clear land, 3 Charlie.
Now, one thing I've noticed, at least in the last couple of flights when I'm landing, is that I'm kind of hesitant to like hit the brakes when I land. So I end up, you know, rolling past like a bunch of exits.
For Charlie Alpha.
How much pressure should I actually like apply to the, like full pressure when I'm landing?
Archer 202 Papa, contact SoCal 124.35, maintain VFR southbound.
Yeah, we don't want
maintain VFR southbound
to be
to
able
Hotel
to
Papa.
hear this guy. 2300 RPM. I mean, you don't want to slam on the brakes. There's no like this amount of pressure, like is the right amount of pressure, but you don't want to slam on the brakes and skid. And lock up the brakes, lock up the tires.
Okay. So it's really just kind of like feeling it, right?
Yeah. Established on the localizer.
I'm a little too close.
Cherokee 40 Charlie Alpha, traffic 1 to 2 o'clock, 2 miles, 4,400 indicated orbiting temp and nose.
Again, 1700.
Traffic inside 4 Charlie Alpha.
Keep the nose up to lose that airspeed.
Cherokee 4 Charlie Alpha, additional traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, 3,000 indicated temp and nose.
Alright. And
traffic inside 4 Charlie Alpha.
flaps, pitch down. And we're going to go ahead and turn our base.
Gillespie Tower, Cessna 733 Victor Foxtrot is about 1 mile to the west of Loveland Lake Reservoir. With information X-ray requesting
speed looks good, 75.
For 27 left for touch and go.
So 733 Victor Foxtrot, go stare it up.
Second set of flaps.
Ident, Victor Foxtrot.
Test 3 Victor Foxtrot, turn inbound, straight in, runway 27 left.
And I'm going to turn
straight in for 27
final.
left for Victor Foxtrot.
Cherokee 0 Charlie Alpha, cruise call traffic is now at your 12 o'clock, 2 miles, 3,000. They're going to be straight in.
Roger 4 Charlie Alpha inside.
How's the altitude looking?
I'm a little too high.
Fix it.
Yeah.
High and fast.
Yeah.
Power idle, full flaps.
There we go. It's still a little too fast, but I'll bleed it off on the runway. But we are idle. Turn a little bit. Keep center. Keep the nose down. A little bit more, and start pitching up right here. Keep the center line.
Gillespie Tower, Cessna 284 Lima Papa, Adana 27 left, ready for westbound departure.
Aye.
Youts. I like the first two better, or the first three.
Yes.
So apply some brakes.
Go start again.
We'll make Delta 3 brakes. More brakes. More brakes.
284 Lima Papa, Gillespie Tower. We're holding short at 27 left, ready for our westbound departure.
Yeah, that was...
Cherokee 3 Charlie, coming here. Just flying Papa, runway 27 left, clear for takeoff, straight out.
Stay on that center line.
Clear for takeoff, straight out.
Are we clear? Clear. Okay.
All right, power to 1,000. 1 to 1.7.
Yeah. 0.7.
7 left, 60 Quebec.
Now after landing checklist.
Quebec, runway 27 left.
27 left.
Flaps retracted, carb heat is off, land, light, off, pump off, checklist complete.